$2.95, $6.99, $12.51. Whatever the number, that unpaid toll text is the most expensive lie on your phone. If you own a phone, you've already gotten it. Maybe today, maybe 3 times this week, and the people behind it can put your credit card in a stranger's pocket, using your own thumb to do it. There's a single tap where the theft actually happens, and almost nobody sees it coming. I'm going to show you that exact moment, and the one check that stops it cold, because the next text is already written, it just hasn't picked your name yet. Here's what makes it work. The amount is tiny on purpose, too small to argue with. The deadline is urgent on purpose. Pay now, or a late fee applies. And the site on the other end of that link was built to take everything in your wallet. Not $3. This is one of the most widespread text scams in the country right now. So let's take it apart, piece by piece. In April 2024, the FBI issued a public warning. Americans in more than a dozen states were getting the same message about unpaid tolls, and within weeks the complaints arrived in the thousands. Then it scaled. Investigators estimate that hundreds of millions of these texts now go out every single day, and in a single year, Americans lost around $470 million to text scams like this one. Not a handful of careless people, millions of them losing a little at a time, a card here, a code there. And here's the uncomfortable part. The people running this are not in a basement nearby. They are running a business, with engineers, with customer support, with software you can subscribe to. To beat the scam, you have to understand the company behind it. Security researchers traced the bulk of these campaigns to a group they named the Smishing Triad, a criminal network operating largely out of China. But the Triad doesn't send most of the texts itself. It does something cleverer. It sells the scam as a product. Investigators found phishing kits, ready-made scam websites, rented out through chat apps for a monthly fee. Platforms with names like Darkula and Lighthouse. For a subscription, a complete stranger gets a control panel, thousands of fake brand templates, and a real-time feed of every victim who takes the bait. Pick your country, pick the brand to impersonate, a toll road, a postal service, a bank. The kit builds the convincing website for you. This is fraud as a subscription. Some of these kits run on tiered pricing, similar to software you might pay for at work. A basic plan gets you the website template and a dashboard. A higher tier adds real-time chat support from the kit's developers, regular updates to dodge the latest phone carrier filters, and even a built-in feature to automatically text victims a last-chance follow-up if they don't click the first link. And the deliveries are engineered to slip past your phone's defenses. Instead of ordinary text messages, which carriers filter for spam, the operators push through Apple's iMessage and Google's RCS, channels that aren't filtered the same way. They run banks of devices and stolen accounts to blast millions of messages at once. These device farms cycle through thousands of SIM cards and spoofed phone numbers, so even when a carrier blocks one number, the operation simply switches to the next. It's an arms race, and right now the scammers are winning it by volume. One small group. Software sold to hundreds of others. Millions of texts a day. That is why it feels like the whole country is getting the same message. Because in a way, it is. Look at the message again. Every part of it is doing a job. The amount is small, a few dollars, too small to argue with, too small to call anyone about. Your brain files it as an annoyance, not a threat, so you don't scrutinize it. The deadline creates pressure. Pay now or a late fee applies. Urgency is the oldest tool in fraud. It pushes you to act before you think. The brand borrows trust. A toll authority, a logo, official language. You're not evaluating a stranger. You're responding to an institution. And the link is the trap. It leads to a website that is a near-perfect copy of the real toll payment page, except the address is wrong. A cheap look-alike domain. Letters swapped, a strange ending like .top or .vip instead of .gov. The page asks for your name, your address, your card number. Then it asks for one more thing. The verification code your bank just texted you. That code is the whole game. And the moment you type it in is the moment the theft actually happens. So what does that code actually do? Not what you'd think. They're not stealing a number to go shopping. They're about to put your real card in their pocket. Here's how. The fake page isn't just saving your details. Someone or something is on the other end, watching in real time the instant you hit submit. The second you type your card number in, they type it into a brand new phone, adding your card to a mobile wallet. Apple Pay, Google Wallet, on a device they control. But the wallet won't finish until it confirms it's really you. So your bank does exactly what it's supposed to. It texts the code to your phone, and you, thinking you're confirming a $3 toll, type that code straight into their page. They relay it back to your bank, and your card clicks into place on their phone. You didn't authorize $3. You just handed a stranger your card to carry in their pocket. Now they can tap to pay in any store. Gift cards, electronics, anything, sometimes within minutes. And the ones who don't cash out themselves just sell the loaded phone. Your card has become a product on a shelf. Some get used within the hour, a mile away. Others are sold overseas in batches while you're going about your evening, unaware your card is now in someone's pocket 3,000 miles away. And because your card now lives inside a real digital wallet, not a stolen number typed into a checkout, your bank's fraud filters may not flag a thing. The charges look ordinary. Tap to pay, in person, valid card. By the time the pattern looks wrong, the money is gone and the phone has been wiped. That is the twist almost nobody sees coming. The toll was never the point. You were. Here's the good news. You just saw how every piece is engineered. Flip that around, and the same pieces become four tells. Once you see them, you can't unsee them. 1. A link you didn't ask for. Real toll agencies do not text you a payment link, ever. If you think you owe a toll, you go to the official site yourself and type it in. Never through a link someone sent you. 2. One wrong letter. Scam links hide on lookalike domains with odd endings. .top, .vip, .ciu. If the address isn't the agency's real site, close the tab. One wrong letter is all it takes. 3. A small amount with a deadline. A tiny fee plus a scary clock is a fingerprint. It's built to make you pay before you think. Real bills don't threaten you over $3 by text. 4. A page asking for a code. This is the big one. A verification code is yours. It confirms something you started. If a website asks you to type one in, you are not confirming a payment. You are handing over the keys. Trip even one of these and you're done. Don't tap, don't reply, delete it, and report it as junk, which quietly trains your phone's filters to catch the next one, for everyone. If you already entered your details, don't panic, but move tonight, in order. Call your bank and freeze or replace the card. Say the words, "I entered my card on a phishing site." They deal with this every day and can lock it in minutes. Then open your phone's wallet app and check for any card or device you don't recognize. If a stranger added your card to their wallet, removing it from your bank's side and replacing the card cuts it off. Change the password on any account where you reused that information and turn on transaction alerts so you see every charge the moment it lands. And if you handed over more than the card, your name, your address, your date of birth, go one step further. Place a free fraud alert or a credit freeze with the 3 big credit bureaus. It costs nothing, it takes a few minutes online, and it stops someone opening new accounts in your name. Each bureau, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, has its own online portal for this. A freeze blocks anyone, including you, from opening new credit until you lift it, which takes seconds when you actually need it. An alert is lighter. It just requires lenders to verify your identity before approving anything new. Finally, report it. The FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, ic3.gov, and the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov. It takes 5 minutes, and it feeds the investigations tracking these groups. You are not careless for falling for this. It was engineered by professionals to be convincing. What matters now is speed. The toll text will fade, and something almost identical will take its place. A missed package, a suspended account, a refund waiting for you. Because the toll was never really about tolls. It's a delivery system, a piece of software rented by the month, pointed at whatever story makes you tap this season. The brand on the message will keep changing. The 4 tells will not. A small amount, a ticking deadline, a borrowed logo, a link you didn't ask for. We've already seen the same playbook reused for fake Amazon delivery problems, DMV registration renewals, and even jury duty notices. Same urgency, same tiny fee, or verify your identity hook, same lookalike link. Learn the shape of the con once, and you stop falling for the costume. That's what we do here. Every week we take apart one more scam, and once a month, the billion-dollar frauds that fooled entire markets. So you see the next one coming before it reaches your thumb. Subscribe and check the next thing you almost tapped twice.